Hey y'all, it is our last lesson in this language book. Great job, y'all made it. And it's our last video lesson. So it is 4 pages. Now, don't let that overwhelm you. I will let you skip some, and I'll go over it with you, and I'll tell you maybe how many things you need in certain sections, so I'll try to help you as much as I can. Okay? We're jumping in at page 300. So cool that we're about done. I'm going to read to you the comma rules. Okay, so I would like you to listen as much as possible, okay? Use commas to separate 3 or more items written in a series. Use commas to separate 2 or more adjectives that come before a noun. Use a comma before the conjunctions and, but, or, nor, for, and yet when they join parts of a compound sentence. If I can find it. Use commas to separate items and dates and addresses. Use a comma after the salutation of a friendly letter and after the closing of any letter. Use commas after well, yes, no, and why when they come at the beginning of a sentence. Use commas to set off words of direct address, which means people's exact words. On think A and think B, you will be adding the missing commas. Okay, well, think A. It says add the missing commas and quotation marks in this dialogue. A dialogue means 2 people talking to each other. So remember when you're doing this, you need to set off a person's word with quotation marks, and you need to have commas to set them off. You don't need to add any end marks. I don't believe you have to add any end marks, only commas and quotation marks, okay? Go down to think B. Put all missing punctuation marks in the following sentences. Okay, so this is only punctuation marks, no quotation marks. You may take your pencil and cross out numbers 10 through 14. Now I'm going to start at 1. I'm going to tell you how many punctuation marks you need in each sentence. This includes commas and apostrophes and periods and underlines, all of those stuff, okay? Number 1 has 5. Number 2 has 7. Number 3 has 1. Number 4 has 2. Number 5 has 2. Number 6 has 1. Number 7 has 3. Number 8 has 1. Number 9 has 2. I believe I said that there won't be any quotation marks. There will be quotation marks. And I count 2 quotation marks as 1. Alright? So go ahead and do that section. Go slow. It'll help me score tremendously. Go to the next page, 301. Think C. Use an apostrophe to make the following groups of words possessives, contractions, or plurals. Let's do a couple together to show you what I mean. Singular possessive means one person owns something else. Plural possessive means more than one person owns things. Let's go to number 1, the ball of the team. Always look at the last word. This is the word you're going to make possessive. Okay? The team's ball. So you don't even have to write that. You just write team's ball. Look at team. How many teams is there? It's 1. I need to take out the S. It's 1 team. So to make it singular possessive, we're going to add apostrophe S. Team's ball. Number 2, the passengers of the bus. So we're going to take the last word and we're going to make buses passengers. Now, is bus singular possessive or plural possessive? Don't go off passengers, go off the last word. Bus. It's 1 bus. So we need to make it singular possessive. So we're going to add, for singular possessive, we add, it's a little squished, we're going to add bus apostrophe S. It should look exactly like that. It's 1 bus with many passengers. Number 3, the books of Miss Jones. Miss Jones. It's talking about one person. So Miss Jones's books, what would we add onto the back of Miss Jones? It's one person, just like these were all one thing, so it needs to be singular possessive. Singular means one. We're going to add apostrophe S, books. One person has many books. Now jump down to number 5, the motto of the Marines. Look at the Marines, the last word. Now this word is plural, it means many Marines. So in order to make it possessive, we need to make it plural possessive. Do you remember how we did that? Marines. It already ends in S, so to make it plural possessive, it's already plural, we're just going to add an apostrophe. And that's all. Now it is plural possessive, and we write Marines motto. Okay. Finish that section. It shouldn't be too hard. You will also be making contractions like I will, and you'll say I'll, or something like that. All right? Now think D. In the blank, write C for correct if the sentence has no punctuation error. Write I for incorrect if there is a punctuation error. Then number 2, it says correct all errors. Take your pencils and cross out numbers 6 through 10. Numbers 6 through 10. All right? Let's do number 1 together. The Road Not Taken is one of Robert Frost's best-known poems. Your clue word should be poems. What's the name of the poem? The Road Not Taken. What do we do with the title of poems? Nothing. No one did anything to The Road Not Taken in the number 1, so it would be incorrect. Something has to be added to The Road Not Taken. What punctuation do we add to The Road Not Taken when it's a poem? We would add quotation marks. Put quotation marks around The Road Not Taken. That shows it is the title of a poem. Okay. Number 2, let's do number 2 again. Together. I think I lost my mittens, cried the kitten. Is it correct or is it incorrect? It is incorrect. What is it missing? In number 2, it is missing a comma that separates the direct quotation from who said it. You need to add a comma, just like you need to add quotation marks in number 1. You need to add a comma in number 2 to separate the direct quotation from the person who said it, like the kitten said it, okay? Do the rest of that section. And pause the video to the rest of that section. Turn the page. I'm going to go to capitalization. All right, think A. Draw a line under each word that should be capitalized. Place punctuation marks where they are needed. Let's do number 1 together. Julia, don't you have a parakeet or a goldfish or a hamster? Asked John. This thing has nothing. So this sentence has nothing. So there's going to be so many things we have to do. So it says, underline the word that should be capitalized. Let's go through and underline the words that should be capitalized. I'm thinking Julia and John should be capitalized because they're the names of people. Now let's go through. Let's just go, oh, I added this, I was supposed to add it. Let's go through and start this right here. Is someone talking? John's talking. Where did he start talking? He started talking at Julia and ended at hamster. Okay? Now let's go through. Julia, don't you, stop right there. You need a comma right here because it separates the person who he's talking to. This is a name. Okay? Julia, don't you have a parakeet? All right? Don't needs an apostrophe. Don't you have a parakeet? Look at this. A parakeet, a goldfish, or a hamster. Those are 3 things in a series. So we have a comma here because we pause. A parakeet, a goldfish, or a hamster? Asked John. What will go right here? You might have said a comma, but you need a question mark because he's asking a question. You still need quotation marks. Now what will go at the end of the sentence? You need a period. We added so many things. So many things. Okay. You may cross out number 2 and number 3. Cross out number 2 and number 3. Do number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. In number 4, you need 7 things in number 4. You need 4 things in number 5. You need 4 things in number 6. And you need 3 things in number 7. So you can just write that number beside the sentence number. And then when you go through the sentence, you can make sure you have all the correct end marks and all that. Let's go to Think B. Write the names of the parts of the letter on the lines. Draw a line under each word that should begin with a capital letter. Place commas where they are needed. All right, y'all. Let's fill in numbers 1 through 5, the parts of the letter. Write them as I say them, if you can, fast enough. Okay? First, we have the heading. Go ahead and write heading. Then we have the greeting. And then we have the body. Then we have the closing. And we have the signature. You can pause the video, finish writing them. Heading, greeting, body, closing, signature. You write those in numbers 1 through 5. In the yellow box, you would need to have 10 underlines, which means 10 words that need to be capitalized, and 3 commas. Only 3 commas, y'all. And just a hint, write this down somewhere so you don't forget. Just a hint, in the body part of the letter, you do not need to have anything. So you're only putting underlines and commas in the heading, the greeting, and the signature, and the closing. Okay, but ignore the body. You're not going to put anything in the body. Okay? Go to Think C. It says circle all words which should be capitalized. This Think C also goes into the next page. In Think C section, you will need 26 circles. Write it somewhere. 26 circles. All right, let's go to Think D. Circle the letter of the correctly capitalized choice. This is pretty simple. We have done it before. Y'all did so well on it. Just go through, compare the 2 options, whether A or B, and circle the letter that is the correct choice. All right? It is a lot. I'm hoping that it won't take you too long. Yeah, we'll do a final review tomorrow and the test, and then we'll be done. Thank you so much, and I hope it doesn't take you too long. And I'm here again. If you want to FaceTime me, I will be glad to work with you through the problems.